all, thank you so much for joining with me on my Procreate tutorial. Today I will be teaching you on how to draw this samurai on your Procreate using very simple and basic steps. First off, you go to your gallery, click on the add button and add the A4. The A4 canvas does not need any color profile for now because we'll only be using the colors of black and white. So in this tutorial, I won't be teaching about the upper panel that we're having here. Right, that panel, I won't be teaching about that, or the outside panel because it's a very simple tutorial that's just going to make your hands used to drawing things on Procreate. So first off, click the first actions button and insert a private photo. To insert a private photo, you slide on to the left to get that option and insert the photo that I've attached in the description below. So once you have attached that photo, resize your canvas accordingly and then go to snapping. Make sure your snapping is turned on because snapping helps you to navigate on your midline, like to keep the picture centered. It helps you. The middle yellow line comes only when you turn on snapping. So resize according to how you would like it to look in your A4 paper. So I resized it a bit larger, and you can see how much snapping helps me to make it in the middle. So to know the difference between private and non-private photo, you can see the private photo is not seen on the canvas. But when you go to the same A4 canvas and insert a photo just like that, plainly, without anything, like not private photo or anything, and you go back to your gallery, you can see it here. This helps you majorly in time-lapse videos, so when you generate them, the background picture is not seen in your time-lapse video. So it's completely not there, so it looks like you've completely drawn it by yourself. We are going to trace today because I want you to gain hand power, hand control. It's not really easy to just draw, so let's gain hand control through this tutorial. Add a layer and go to the previous layer, click on the N and lessen your opacity. So I'm going to keep my opacity around 13 or 14 because I feel that's ideal for me, but you can reduce it or increase it according to your comfort. I'm then going to choose monoline because it's the most monotic ink pen here because it does not have a varying stroke. It's straight and it's nice. So some people who are drawing for the first time will get squiggly lines. They won't get the proper line. So first, duplicate your brush for that. Go to stabilization. Under streamline the amount and under stabilization the amount. Increase or decrease them accordingly and keep writing on that small box to see which one helps you to stabilize your handwriting. So the more you increase or decrease, you'll understand there's a change in the way you're writing and your lines become very straight and very proper. It's not as wiggly as before, so it's easier for you to draw on curves and all of that. So when you do this, it's easier for you to draw properly, but I will be using the normal one because I'm used to it. When you tap with 2 fingers on your canvas, it's undo, so I use it often rather than erasing because it's easier for me. I'm going to my colors and I'm first choosing the darkest of black because I will be using black only on this tutorial. Then go to the dynamic brush scaling under prefs because dynamic brush scaling helps you in a lot of manners. When you zoom in and when you draw, your size of the brush differs, but when you turn on dynamic brush scaling and you draw, the size of the pen is the same, unlike the times of zoom in and zoom out you do. And then turn on right hand interface if you are a left-handed person because it helps you more to get easier access to your brush size and your opacity level. So now let's begin off with the art. So for the starting, I am just trying out different brush sizes because we are just going to outline, so see which brush size helps you a lot to outline. So once you get your ideal brush size, click on the add button on the side so that you do not lose track of the size you had found ideal even if you by mistakenly move your size. Start from the corner point of the hat, go straight to the middle point and hold on for a while to make it straight. So this way you get really straight lines and it's easier to have proper straight lines. Again, from the middle point of the hat, take it to the ending point of the other side and hold it for a while to make it straight again. Repeat the same step for the last line of the hat towards the eye, which will again give you a straight samurai hat. So now just trace the face in a very slow manner because it's just very small curves. Trace it very slowly, very neatly. You don't have to do very neatly, but just trace it slowly, and it's neat enough that even when you zoom off, it does not show the squiggly lines. So try it in that manner. You may think I get really straight proper lines, but it's majorly because I have paper-like screen protector, which really helps me to have stable strokes, and I would really recommend you to buy one. Not just paper-like, there are many other brands you can buy, so just see which one is like available in your place and get it. So we are done with the face now, and we are going to go towards the neck and the chest. For the neck, just do a very slight curve and go straight. If you want, you can do a slight curve first and then do a straight line and hold for a while to make it straight. There's a very small curve that's joining the chest to the neck, so just connect that curve very slightly, because just for that curve to be proper. And now from that curve, take it to the ending point of the chest. Just randomly take it and hold it for a while. You get a proper curved line, you get a straight curved line. You have this small joining trouble, just erase it, or just like you can just leave it too, because when you zoom it out, it won't look that bad anymore. So it's according to how you do it. I was just trying to make it perfect because it bothers me, so I just did that way. But other than that, you can just leave it, even if you do not like, if it does not look bad when you zoom out. Now slowly do a very small curved straight line towards the end. You can see I also get squiggly lines because that's just nature, but just do it slow, steadily. I tried holding down, but it does not work for this curve, so just slowly, step by step, take it down. So you don't have to really worry too much. You always have the undo button, so just do it on your own pace, very slowly and very calmly. So you can just see I'm doing very small strokes to get the curves done. There are a few squiggles here and there, but I don't really mind it because when you zoom out, it's not really going to be seen, and it's your very first start. You don't have to be extremely perfect. Just do it. Just relax and do it. Just get your hands trained, get your hands practiced for drawing. So the more you draw like this, the more you trace things and the more you draw, your hand is going to get better used to it and accommodated to the digital brushes. So once you get your hand used to it, you can go into the tips and tricks. So that way, even if you know the tips and tricks, you won't be frustrated about your lines not being straight because you got your lines straight. Now I'm at the sword handle, so just doing a few straight lines. Just draw lines, hold them for a while to make them straight, and just trace the whole sword. For the tip of these swords, just do a small curve. So you can see that for my swords, I am only taking it halfway towards the top. So halfway towards the top, not halfway, 90% of the way towards the top is a straight line. The ending, just make it a small curve. So for this curve to join perfectly with the other two sides, make sure you use your nib of your pen, keep it in the middle of the previous line, so it will perfectly connect with the next line you're drawing. So just connect. You can just draw however you want here because you're going to fill it. So you can see me just doing a small rectangular shape for the handle, but later on it won't be seen because I'll be filling it in anyways. So just do it the way you like and just do it slow, steadily and nicely. So now it's just do a small L shape, an opposite L shape, because and if you want you can connect it, or if you want you can just not connect it and go forward with however you are doing it. Do not worry about it too much. You can just do it the way you want again. Put a small triangle on that place which is white, because that's a gap between the sword and the body of the samurai. And then just continue on with the same things from before. Straight lines for the whole sword and you'll be done with the sword. So just repeat the same steps you've done for your sword before. So now we are facing a huge curve. It's going to take a while, it's going to be really hard. Practice your hands a bit with small strokes first and then go with drawing that. I tried drawing it in one shot, and I tried doing the holding method where I hoped it will make a curve, but it did not come. The curve came, but it was not as good as I expected. I tried to edit the arc, but it did not work out, so I'll teach you editing arc later. If it worked out here, I would have definitely taught you that, but then I'll teach you when we definitely use it. So again, like the first small curve we had after the chest, here also you're just going to slowly trace, like do small strokes and trace. If the strokes are not matching, please do not worry about it, just go on. If you want your strokes to match perfectly, slide your pen's nib in the middle of the ink, in the middle of the size, so if the nib is big and if you do it in the middle, it perfectly joins. Sometimes it's not so perfect, but it's still satisfiably joining. So you can just see me tracing the whole curve. Just trace it in small but steady strokes. You can see me tracing from backwards too, but this is just my preferred style. I'm just saying which is comfortable for me. So just see what's comfortable for you. Is it like from top to bottom or from the bottom to top? Just see which is more comfortable for you. You can see me even testing it out with my hands, seeing how my hands is more comfortable. So test out your hands. Is it from the bottom to top drawing easy, or the top to bottom easy, and then draw accordingly, because it's going to help you more in the future and now. So congrats, you are in the next step after tackling the huge curve. So this is quite a small curve, you can just do it in one shot because you have tackled the huge curve now. So do not worry if that curve is not too good, just go on with doing it, it's fine, do not worry about it. So now for the pant place, do a small straight line, hold on for getting a straight line, and another straight line on the other side. Leave the middle small knee part. Now you can connect the topper pant, the bottom pant, and the knee. Just do a small knee curve in there, so that's enough for you. I don't know if it's the knee, but then I'm assuming it's the knee. But it's too short for a knee, but yeah, anyways, you can do it that way. And then you can just trace the shoes slowly. The shoes do not really have much of a straight line. If you want, you can make a straight line out of the shoe here. You can just do a straight line for the shoe, because it's quite straight. It has a very small unnoticeable curve, but I'm just going on with freehand because I want that really small curve. But if you want, you can just go straight, it's totally fine, no one is going to mind it. It's a really good art piece in the end of the day. So just do it however you want. I'm just leaving it that way because when I hold it on, it has a larger line. Again, make a small S for the next joining the next shoe with this shoe, and make a small curve joining this with the heel. So you can just do a straight line, it's fine, you do not have to do a small curve. Just do whatever you feel the most comfortable with. And for the small gap there, just draw a small rectangle, like a really tiny one that just leaves the white space. So like that, just do a really small triangle, that's enough. And then we will now connect the heel to the back side of the body, which we will be beginning on now. So for now it's pretty easy, but we have one more huge line to go for it, but let's see how we do it. So now just do this small thing, and there's an interesting thing coming after this. So once you're done connecting that, the part where you have this zigzag, do a small curve and connect it with the other line, and make it an apparent curve, and just hold it on for a while, and you get this really pretty and you can click on edit arc, which is on the top, and you can edit that arc according to how you want. So continue this on with the other zigzags we have in the future. So again, hold it for a while, edit the arc accordingly, join it with the previous line properly, and see how it goes. So do the same for the last one too. Wing it in a very curved manner and wait for a while to make it proper. So once it's proper, edit the arc if you want to. it gives you 3 points, so edit it accordingly on how you would like it to be looking. So now for the tip of the cloak, just do a small curve because it looks a bit curvy, and from the point of the laces, hold it from that point, take it to the curve, and hold on for a while and make a straight line. So you can just adjust the curve a bit. You can like either sketch it a bit or erase it a bit to match with the straight line, or you can just leave it as it is because it's not going to be a very huge difference. So just do what you feel is good. So now again, from that point to the backside behind point, just again, this is the same as the elbow. Do a small line and then do another small line on the other side of the small curve that we are having, and connect these two lines in a really small curved manner. So it's just having a small curve and just do it. So this is basically the arm sticking out. So for the elbow again, you're just going to have a very small curve just to connect them both. I made the curve a bit more apparent because we have two straight lines. I could have just made it like a triangle shape, but I just did not. So then we are having the shoulder part. The shoulder is a bit curvier, so just trace it because it's really small. I don't think so you would need any perfect lines here because it's too curvy, so sometimes too curvy also does not work for straight lines. So just trace it really slowly and steadily. I trace it here at one shot, but you can trace it like in a smaller, in a fewer phase. Like you can make fewer strokes, smaller strokes, and you can do it. So we are almost in the end of drawing the samurai's body. We still have the long ropes left and the other end of the sword left. So here you can just like make a straight line. You just do a straight line here, it's fine. Again, you can see me like seeing whether it's good when it's zoomed out. So zoom out often, see whether your art looks good often when it's zoomed out. So as it's really small, you can just again stroke it up, and now you're just having a small curve that you have to do. It's sort of an S curve, so just do it again however you like. Just take small strokes and connect all of them together. In here you can do something like what I did. First do a curve from one side and then turn it upside down and do the same curve from the other side. So this will help you again. So now you can see me trying to connect. So this is how you connect two lines, like from the middle part. I was trying to see whether I can do it. From the back of the head point, take it to the other point, hold it for a while and complete the hat. And we are having this tassel set hanging. Again, just do a very small simple stroke. It's going to be easy for you if you have done the streamline method I've told you to do for your brush, because this way the curves become more prettier, more easier for you, and this part would be really easy. So then we have the final three things to complete. So again, straight lines again here fully because it's the end of the sword. Make a few straight lines, connect, like don't take it all the way to the sword, leave a small place and then connect it again with the connect it with a small curve. So that way your sword will look a bit more differentiated. It does not look just like a straight sword. So now for the ribbons, it's going to be quite hard because it's long and it's like really flowy and all of that. But take short strokes, like I always mentioned, for curves, for long strokes and all of that. Compile short strokes and make it happen, because long strokes is not gonna work. Also understand whether your style is from bottom to top or from top to bottom, because that really helps your hand to get into the curve face, I would say. Like it will help your hand to understand the curves and all of that, and what kind of curve requires what kind of a style. Is it top to bottom or bottom to top? And it's gonna help you complete it faster. You're gonna get frustrated while doing this because it is a lot of curves and it's a long line, but then when you do it, it's going to give you so much of hand control. As you're doing like longer strokes and as you're doing like shorter strokes to make the long stroke work, and you're like redoing, undoing, erasing, and all of this again and again to make it perfect, you are just gaining so much of hand control. You're gaining so much of digital hand control, which is going to help you draw better in your other art. So this is not about perfectionism, but it's more about getting your hands used to digital art, used to the screen, used to the Apple Pencil, and all of that. So just be positive that this is just going to help you get your hand control better. Do not worry about it becoming squiggly and all of that. Just go for it and just do it slow and steady. Take however long you want. Take your breaks, take water and all of that. Be relaxed and do it in a relaxed manner, because this will help you so much in gaining hand control. Now we have reached the filling part. Go to your layers, add a layer, and the border layer, put it on reference. So when you put it on reference and when you drag drop your colors to the samurai in the new layer, it will fill accordingly to this. But if you do not have the reference, it just fills up the whole page blank. So make sure you have your reference turned on. So then sometimes people may have a hard time with the drag and drop. It just does not work at times, but then just use your pen to drag and drop it. So once you drag and drop it, it will fill the outline place of the samurai. Click the continue filling to just continue on filling with just a tap. You can just tap on stuff and it will fill automatically. It's much more easier than dragging and dropping for every aspect of your art. So now you can see there's this white line that's there, so just leave it for now. Don't worry, because when you fill it, it will just fill the whole page up, so just leave it. And what you can do is now you can later on just take your pen, zoom it in, and just cover it up a bit, and that's all. So that's that for your samurai. So just unhide the basic layer that we had for tracing and or delete it, and you can just see me now that I'm going to just zoom in a bit here and there, and I'm going to like correct small stuff. Just do it accordingly. Just see where you have to correct. It's not necessary, you can just leave it like that if you're satisfied, but I'm just like having small corrections here and there going on. So then 4-finger tap your tab and you're done with it. So thank you so much for staying throughout the video and supporting the whole video. It really means a lot to me. If you have completed this art, please do share it on social medias and tag me so that I can see how you have done it. Thank you so much again, and see you in the next video. Take care and hope you enjoyed well.